Alright, what's up? We're repping the studio sweater for this one today. In this video, we're going to be talking about shame. And we're going to do our best to make talking about shame fun. So I just want to preface this video by saying I am not a registered therapist or counselor. I do have a lot of experience with shame due to going through shame myself and processing my own shame. So what I'm just going to be speaking to here is my own experiences processing my shame, what comes up for me, how I'm resolving it, and how I'm still working through it to this day. So what is shame? Actually, I don't know. What is shame? I think shame is the feeling that comes up when you want to say something, but you feel like you shouldn't. It's sort of this like pressing feeling in our expressive center. And it's actually really interesting that, in the past I made videos about the chakra centers, and shame is actually directly correlated to the creative and sexual energetic center. It is related to the sacral. So what does shame do? Well, to me at least, what shame has done is that it's created this feeling of I try and express something and I just sort of go into a freeze response. Or somebody says something to me and I freeze. And instead of feeling confident or assured in what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to express, I start to overthink, I start to get worried, I start to just basically get scared. So what do? I keep my expression quiet. I shut down. And I find it hard to say, express, or do whatever it is I really want to do because it's being suppressed. It's being pushed down inside me because of shame. Shame for me has created patterns and cycles of, I would probably say, self-hate, self-frustration, just really painful, negative emotions that I've directed towards myself. Shame for a long time has kept me quiet. So what am I doing now to process the shame? This is the important piece, right? Is how do we actually resolve it? Well, this is my way of resolving it at the moment, and I want you to, this is something you can play with, but it might not necessarily be your solution. I'm not sure. But for me, when I notice shame come up, I express it. And I don't just say, I'm feeling ashamed. I say, right now I'm feeling really worried that if I were to tell you exactly how I feel, like you would get angry at me, or maybe you would put me down, because that's what happened to me in the past. And that's, I guess, an interesting piece of shame is that it's a trauma response. It's a safety mechanism. It's a way to keep ourselves safe from having to re-experience a pain that we experienced in the past. That is all trauma responses. Now, of course, it's important to actually have safe spaces to do that sort of work, which is one aspect of what I'm cultivating here in Studio Raphael, are the safe spaces to explore self-expression, to speak to our shame, to get in touch with who we truly are by recognizing our fears, recognizing our struggles, and supporting one another through them in supportive environments. For me, conquering my shame is probably the best thing that I can do for myself. It is probably the thing that I need to do for myself. So that way I don't feel scared to express who I am. I don't feel worried about putting myself out there. I can just be who I am in the world without constantly freezing. I blinked. Anyways, that's a video about shame. I hope you found it interesting. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or just things you want to add down below, please do. If you're liking this sort of material, throw a like in there. And if you want to follow along for the journey, and if you want to get out of your shame, if you really want to do this sort of work, shoot me a message, subscribe for the journey, and let's conquer our self-expression together. So once again, my name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for doing the work for yourself. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you around the studio sometime. Take care.